Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get things started now. Please thank you for being here today, and welcome to the 2025 Utah Tech Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Welcome to those in attendance here in the Zion Room of the Holland Building on the campus of Utah Tech University in St. George, Utah, and also welcome to those watching on Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube, the official YouTube channel of Utah Tech Athletics. My name is Rod Zundel, and I am the voice of the Utah Tech Trailblazers, and it's truly a privilege to be amongst greatness today and to honor the best of our former athletes. As we honor the inductees, we'll highlight some of their accomplishments here from the podium, and you can also follow along in the program that has a detailed, more of a detailed biography. So with that being said, let's begin. Our first 2025 Athletic Hall of Fame inductee from softball, Janessa Bassett Pope. Janessa served as the everyday center fielder and leadoff hitter for 4 seasons at Dixie State from 2015 to 2018. Janessa is also the only player in program history to earn NFCA and Division II CCA All-America accolades in all 4 seasons, including first-team honors as a freshman in 2015. She was also part of the 2015 Pac-West Championship team and NCAA Division II World Series national runner-up finish that season. Janessa closed her storied career as the program's all-time hits and stolen bases leader and is ranked first all-time in program history in runs scored, triples, total bases, and walks. 2025 Utah Tech Athletics Hall of Fame inductee, Janessa Bassett Pope, softball.
She's 5'3", with heels on, not very big, but maybe the fastest kid we've ever coached. And her speed was an absolute game changer. And she came in with an outfield that all hit over 400 and started every game at center field for us as a freshman, was first-team All-American, National Freshman of the Year, and made us better and helped us get back to the World Series.
Janessa is just a very unique and down-to-earth person. There's not a lot of people that you can compare to Janessa. As a teammate, as a player, as a person, as a friend, she's just very unique.
One of the games we were in the outfield together and we did what are the odds, and because Aaron was there and it was what are the odds that you ask him out on a date. So then she lost, but she ended up asking him out on a date and now they're married. So it's kind of fun.
Unbelievable player. And probably the most humble young lady that you'll ever be around.
I think what it is that she really cares about people. She wants to make people feel important. She wants to create a good, sense of community, and just wanted everybody to have a good time.
It's been an honor for me to. Man, I get emotional.
Janessa, congratulations on being inducted into the Utah Tech Hall of Fame. There's nobody more deserving in my eyes, and you're such a special person and friend and teammate, and I'm so proud of you.
And I'm just grateful for the time that we were able to spend at Dixie together and being able to become lifelong friends, and that's what is most rewarding to me. But I am so grateful for the teammate and the person and the athlete that you pushed me to be, and I just want to congratulate you on this big accomplishment, and you definitely deserve it.
It was an honor for me to serve as your head coach and watch you play. You're one of the few kids that I would ever pay money to go watch play, and was a tremendous asset to our program. On the field, off the field, a tremendous teammate, not just a team member, tremendous teammate, tremendous friend to your team, and congratulations. Nobody more deserving than you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our newest Hall of Fame member, Janessa Bassett Pope.
told me I have to say a thank you speech. They told me today, so I'm a little nervous. But I wouldn't have been able to do all of this without the amazing community that I had, which was my teammates, my coaches, all throughout the years, and my family, of course. So thank you to all of those people and all of the amazing people that I met here at Utah Tech or Dixie State at the time. Utah Tech has such a special place in my heart, just from these years that I played softball here, and also I got to meet my husband. Now we have a little family that we have now, thanks to Utah Tech. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Janessa. Thank you. Our next 2025 Utah Tech Athletics Hall of Fame inductee, Bryan Baugh, soccer. Bryan was a stalwart in the Trailblazer defensive backfield for 4 seasons from 2014 to 2017, during which time he was a 4-time All-Pacific West Conference selection, including first-team honors in 2016 and 2017. He also garnered Pac-West Defender of the Year accolades in 2016 and is the only player in program history to be named an All-American 2016 in the D2 CCA Honorable Mention. Baugh was a 4-time academic All-Pac-West pick. He was also voted the 2016 and 17 Pac-West Men's Scholar Athlete of the Year for soccer. Bryan anchored a 2016 Trailblazer defense that went on to win the Pac-West title and earned the program's first NCAA tournament berth. Bryan closed out his career in the top 10 all-time in program history in matches started, played, assists, and points. Our 2025 Utah Tech Athletics Hall of Fame inductee, Bryan Baugh, men's soccer.
You know what? The kid played hard today. From the day he stepped on that field, he was a leader, and you could see it by the end of that first year. He was getting I think he had honorable mention Pac-West that first year he played, and I think it just took another step forward every year.
When I had him, my first moment was, realizing, 1, what a leader he was, 2, what an incredible player he was, and just 3, what a weapon of a player he was.
Just a leader on the field, leader off the field. I think that's what really helped everyone is you play for a guy like that on the field because off the field, he's right there with you too.
Bryan was the type of guy, he didn't need sprints for punishment for the losing team. When there was a game set up at training or an exercise or an activity set up at training, there wasn't a question of, what is it that's going to make me want to win today in training? That was just instilled in him. And there was nothing that was going to allow him to lose in any exercise at training. I could have put sprints on the line for the losing team. I don't think he plays any different. I think that goes to show why the leader of the team at the time found the first championship.
I'm very proud of you. I know you're going to be successful in every aspect of life. But again, congratulations, buddy.
I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. This is so well deserved. You've meant so much to this program, and
Unbelievable teammate, unbelievable person, and just couldn't be happier for you.
I'm so proud of you. All you've accomplished after is no wonder to me. That stuff has been instilled in you since you were a little guy, and very, very deserving of that award. I want to congratulate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2025 Utah Tech Athletics newest Hall of Famer, Bryan Baugh, men's soccer.
So like Janessa, I was told 30 minutes ago that I have to give a speech that I was unprepared for. But this is a pretty surreal moment for me. When I came to Dixie, I was a walk-on redshirt for a team that was 2-14. So to think that I was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with athletes like Drew and Janessa and the national champions women's team, it's pretty special to me. But I don't look at this as an individual accomplishment, but I think it's a reflection of the support system I had, not only at Dixie, but growing up. I had great parents who supported me each and every day and kind of gave me everything I needed to be successful. I had a great coaching staff. I had a great academic staff that was always there for me. Thank you, Steve. And I had great teammates. I think if you ever came to our games, you could see the talent that was put around me, and they were the ones who truly made me the player I was and able to win these awards. It's just a reflection of how great they were. St. George and Dixie, Utah Tech has a special place in my heart, and so it's truly an honor to be inducted to this Hall of Fame. And it's great to see the campus and everything that they've done with it. So thank you very much.
Bryan Baugh, our newest Hall of Famer. Congratulations. Our third 2025 Athletic Hall of Fame inductee from baseball, Drew McLaughlin. Drew McLaughlin was a four-year starter from 2014 to 2017. Drew was a four-time All-West Conference honoree with 3 first-team nods and a 2-time NCBWA and ABCA first-team All-West region selection. So he covered the full alphabet. Congratulations on that. Drew is one of the leaders on 2 Pac-West championship teams and 4 straight NCAA West regional appearances. Drew remains one of 3 players in program history's NCAA era to bat over 400 in a season, batting .408 in 2016, on his way to breaking the single-season hits record with 91. Drew closed his 4-year career as the program's all-time leader in hits, runs scored, starts, and at-bats. Our 2025 Utah Tech Athletics Hall of Fame inductee, please welcome Drew McLaughlin, baseball.
Great college hitter, knew who he was, didn't try and do too much, could handle the bat. There's a lot of bunt hits in that record, which obviously brings a smile to my face. But yeah, he was a consummate professional hitter.
Drew was absolutely spectacular to play with. He cared deeply. Every day he showed up, he really wanted to win, which helped us grow. You know, we broke on family every day, and that was serious. We had each other's back, and Drew was definitely the top-of-the-notch guy.
He was in the lineup every day. Teammates loved playing with him.
It was fun playing with him. You would want to go to battle with him. Like, you would want that guy in your corner. And it was nice to be able to have him in the field when I was pitching and stuff.
He was a little bit of a goofball, you know, at times, and still is a little bit when I spend time with him. But so proud of his growth, and you know, him and May is married, and you know, Macy and him and have 2 kids, and he's a great dad and great family man now. And I would say he had a lot of fun in college, which added to why guys want to be around him.
He worked harder than anyone, actually, you know, putting up numbers like no one's seen. That's why he's going to the Hall of Fame. So it was an absolute privilege to play with him and have him got your back.
Proud of you, couldn't be more deserving, and really excited to see you grow as a man and as a father and as a husband. Congrats, bud.
Drew, congrats, man.
Congratulations,
bud.
That's exciting.
Utah Tech baseball. You've earned it, man. Have a few on us and enjoy. You're awesome, dude.
Yep, congrats. Love you, buddy.
Please welcome our newest Utah Tech Hall of Famer, baseball's Drew McLaughlin.
All right, guys, I was prepared. I've got about 30 minutes set aside, so if you have to go to the bathroom, go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of just want to say thank you to, you know, from my family on. My mom and dad couldn't have obviously done it without you guys. My little brother, a lot of hours in the batting cage together, so thank you for that. And then, you know, all that comes together, like they said, is you get to meet people in life, and it's more important than sports or anything like that. And, you know, looking around the room, Aaron was my teammate. He dipped out of here for me. Shout out that. Thank you, Aaron. But, you know, him getting to meet his wife's here, you know, one of my longest and best friends, Matt Hill, got to meet his wife here at Dixie, and, at my last year, I got a bonus 5th year, so thank God the transfer portal wasn't alive then. But got to meet my wife and, now have our family. And, stats are cool, but hearing nice words and having relationships and, people willing to take time out of their day and come see you is what means the most to me. And couldn't have done it without Dixie State. To everyone here, thank you guys. I'll echo on what they already had said, and just, without this town, no matter what they're going to call the school, you can't take away the memories that we made in St. George, and, it's cool. We'll be in the Hall of Fame with it now. So thank you guys again.
Drew McLaughlin, congratulations. Our 4th 2025 Athletic Hall of Fame inductee from men's basketball, Monty Vernon. The late Monty Vernon will go down as one of the greatest basketball players, not only during the junior college era, but in the institution's overall athletic history. Monty was a 2-time All-Conference first-teamer and an NJCAA regional selection in his 2 seasons playing for Hall of Fame head coach Doug Allred. Monty averaged nearly 21 points a game and helped the Rebels to a Region 1 title and a berth into the 1966 NJCAA National Tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas. Vernon closed out his 2-year Dixie College career with a 19.4 average. He scored in double figures in 42 of his 47 career games. Please welcome his son Shane to the podium in honor of his dad.
Well, as they said, my dad passed away a few years ago, actually about 12 years ago, but he lived for basketball. Sports were his thing. There was 3 coaches that he always mentioned, and Doug Allred was one of them. I got a chance to meet Doug and all his teammates over the years, and I've only been here twice, but even though I've only been here twice, this still has a kind of a homey feel for me, because I've always, my dad was just, he was my idol. Everything about him was just fun to be around. As you see, he always talked about that shelf that with basketball, but the things that he did throughout his life, I think a lot of it came back to his how hard he trained for basketball. He hit everything full on with the way he lived his life. So thank you so much for this. It was Dixie Junior College at the time, and it's a real honor to be able to be here for my dad. So thank you so much.
And Shane, thank you, and come around more often. You're part of our family, so I'd love to see you. What's that? Okay, Ken Beezer has a special letter that he would like to present here.
A little bit different with Monty unable to join us here, and a lot of his teammates unable to join us, if we have one here. So I'm going to read a letter that was written by one of Monty's teammates, both here and at Weber State. And he couldn't be here, but he wanted me to make sure that I extend the congratulations to you. And then after I'm done, Sam Sampson, who is another teammate, will just say a few words, and then we'll get you back up here for the pictures, all right? You've already done your part of speaking. So this is a letter. This is a tribute from Nolan Archibald. He says, "This is a tribute to my Hall of Fame friend and teammate. I regret that I'm unable to attend the ceremony to induct Monty Vernon into Utah Tech University's Hall of Fame. I was Monty's teammate both at Dixie Junior College and Weber State University. Monty had every outstanding quality that any person could hope to possess. He was extremely handsome, intelligent, had a wonderful personality, and a great sense of humor, and was one of the most naturally gifted athletes I have ever met. He is likely the most gifted and natural capable basketball player who's ever attended Dixie College. Dick Motta and Phil Johnson, our basketball coaches at Weber State, who coached in the NBA for several decades, were both named to the NBA Coaches of the Year. Both had to say about Monty that he had the athletic ability and skill level to successfully play in the NBA. I remember the first time I met Monty. I was on my first day of tryouts in the Dixie College locker room. Coach Allred, who's here with us, went around the room introducing everyone, reciting all their accomplishments. He said to Monty, in quotes, "This is Monty Vernon, an All-American high school basketball player from Reno, Nevada," end quote. You can imagine how intimidated the rest of us players who were just trying out felt at the time. Monty and I served together as co-captains of the basketball team at Dixie College and enjoyed every great success in winning both the IAC Conference Championship and the regional tournament, and we participated in the National Junior College Basketball Tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas, our sophomore years. Monty was an incredible athlete. He not only was only a superstar on the basketball court, but he also a record-breaking pole vaulter. He broke the IAC conference record in pole vaulting during both his freshman and sophomore years, a record that remained unbroken for decades. Likewise, he was also an extremely successful athlete at Weber State. In our senior year, we played on Weber State's first team to participate in the NCAA basketball tournament when only 32 teams participated at that time. Weber State was the best college basketball team in the state of Utah that year and the only team from Utah to participate in the NCAA basketball tournament that year. Monty also pole vaulted at Weber State. He vaulted 15 feet 3 inches, becoming the Big Sky Conference record holder. Monty was such a gifted, remarkable athlete that after playing 2 years of basketball at Weber State, he became the starting defensive back for the football program the following year. He was one of Weber State's all-time great athletes. In addition to being a teammate for 4 years, Monty and I were close personal friends. Monty asked me to bless his son and give him the name that he and his wife Karen had selected, that of Yale. Just a few years later, Yale tragically passed away. Monty was devastated, and we together mourned the loss of his son. I was sad to hear the news that Monty himself had passed away. God blessed Monty with more talents and gifts than any person's fair share with gifted attributes. He was a fabulous teammate and a dear friend. I am so pleased that Monty is receiving this wonderful honor of being inducted into Utah Tech University's Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Monty, your dear friend and teammate, Nolan Archibald, Arch. We're going to have Sam Sampson, who is another teammate of Monty's, just say a few words.
I thought there was going to be about 20 people, and so found out it was not quite a whole room full. But I'm privileged to say a few words about Monty, who is a dear friend of mine. And when I met Shane today, it brought tears to my eyes to hug him, just like I was hugging Monty. And we traveled a road together like no other, this team that I played on. Monty came here with all the accolades that any athlete has had that's come to Dixie. He was a high school All-American. And I was thinking, we could never get a high school All-American today. It'd take $5 or $6 million to get one to come. So Monty was the first, and he wasn't the last. Another teammate we had was Dave Yeoman. He's sitting right here. He was a junior, and Monty was a senior, and they were the #1 scoring high school team in the nation. In the nation. They averaged, I think Dave told me, 103 points a game. And both of them became All-Americans and came to Dixie. And Dave told me that the second runner-up that year in all of American high school was the high school where Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played. They were 1 point behind this Reno crew. So Monty came here with high accolades that we'll never have again. And I ran across him because in this gym down here, the high school, Dixie High, played our basketball games in the gym with the college. We practiced there and we played there. So as a senior, then I met Monty and Arch and some of those guys that played and was able to become friends with them. They would come to our high school games. We would go to the college games. And my senior year of high school, and Monty's freshman, and I heard all about his basketball stuff. Our high school track coach says, we're going to have a practice meet with the college, and they're going to send over 2 guys against our high school track team. And so Monty shows up, and I'm thinking the other one was Dub Slade. Nobody here would even know Dub, but he was the college quarterback coach with Phil Tuckett. That probably rings a bell. Anyway, Monty shows up, and those 2 guys, we go through the whole gamut of track, total up the totals, and those 2 guys beat us. That's how good they were and how talented he was. But, and after I got back from my mission, I went up to Weber and ran into Monty again, and as Arch read, or one of you said, I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm playing football. So Monty was so talented, he could do anything. And, you know, he kind of went off, he wasn't right on the path all the time, and it got Coach Allred upset quite a bit. And so he didn't know how to discipline him, because you couldn't discipline him no matter what. You'd set him out, and 5 minutes into the game, he'd say, Monty, get in there. And this one time, we were playing Ricks, and our first game of the year, we played Snow College, and we beat them about 125 to 100. Allred was pretty ticked that we let him get to 100. And so now we're up to Rick's playing, and the night before, Monty was out till 2 or 3 in the morning, because Arch and I roomed with Monty and Dave. So they were out late. Coach found out, of course. He didn't know what to do to discipline him. And Doug's telling me this afterwards. He said, I decided I'm going to put him on their top scorer, and I'm going to play him the full game, and I'm not going to take him out. That's just what Monty wanted. He got 26 points. He shut the leading scorer down, just like, okay. But we lost the game. So we go back to Idaho Falls, go into the restaurant. All of our heads are down, saying we lost, and we lost to one of our tough competitors. And so we asked Coach, how much money for dinner? And he was ticked off too. He usually would give us an amount. He said, just whatever, it doesn't matter. So we all go in there and we're ordering hamburgers and small things. All of a sudden, the chef comes out like this with a big blade and flame shooting out of it. And Doug said, what does that cost? He said, well, you said it didn't matter. So he got the most expensive thing on the menu. So that was Vernon. And he was a great guy, great kid. We talked a lot of nights. He'd call late, 10 or 12, and we'd visit. But I loved Monty, loved Dave, and Coach. Without him, none of this could have been possible. As you all have said, you athletes, about your coaches, they're your friends forever. They're your second dad. And that's how we feel about Doug, that he's here. And I'm thankful for the opportunity, Ken, to say a few words about Monty and bring you up to date, and want to congratulate him on being into the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Yeah, Shane, you're not going to get out of the picture taken. So Utah Tech is looking for another Monty Vernon, so if anyone has $5 million, our hands are open. Today, Utah Tech also honors the 2003 Dixie State NJCAA National Championship winning women's soccer team. The 2003 women's soccer team won the program's second NJCAA National Championship in 4 seasons and the third of 4 national titles the institution would claim during its junior college era. And this was before we had streaming services, obviously, so we appreciate whoever took this video. I'm sure it wasn't a cell phone camera either. With a 15-5-2 overall record that season, Dixie State ran through the 2003 NJCAA National Tournament in Kansas and ended with a 1-0 triumph over the Community College of Rhode Island for the National Championship match. And then they came home to a hero's welcome. Please welcome the head coach of that 2003 National Championship team, Linda Huddleston, along with former players Laura Goodrich Evans and Julie Hendrickson Nield.
Well, it is a real honor for me to stand here today and be amongst the players from this 2003 team. I love them dearly, and I appreciate them so much for the wonderful people they are. You can just look at them and see, it's a tribute to women's sports to see these beautiful, strong, successful women and the way they live their lives and all the things that they've accomplished. I have to say, for a championship to happen, I firmly believe a number of things have to fall into place. And first of all, I want to say we had the support of the administration from Dixie. we had the support of the administration and all of our families. I appreciate my family for the sacrifice they did, and I know that our players appreciate their families from the time they were small playing soccer growing up that made it possible for them to be so successful, such great players. In 2002, we came in 3rd place. We lost in the semifinal in a shootout. And I think that made the players very determined. When they came back, we had 6 sophomores that came back. They're incredible players, and they set the tone for this team. And then the freshmen that we recruited that came in were just a perfect complement to this team. They were incredible athletes, incredible soccer players, and incredible people. And I just feel lucky that I was able to associate with them. I'm so thankful for them. The other thing that made this all possible was having Jamie Evans. It wouldn't have been possible without Jamie. I can certainly say that. Yes, Jamie. I could go through and name people. Susie Hunt, goalkeeper, incredible. Yes, there she is. We had an amazing defense, and we hardly ever had shots on a goalkeeper, but when a shot came, and she made a fantastic save, and lots of saves actually, but she did a wonderful job. All-American soccer, or goalkeeper of the tournament, and so forth. Our defense, the main, Steph, Kristen, and Ashley Beck. If Ashley came at the last minute, and if we hadn't had her, I don't think we would have won. Probably not. And then Nikki Anderson. What can we say about Nikki Anderson? All-American, National Player of the Year, and went on to play at BYU and was in the Elite Eight. Amazing. I think there's so many players I could talk about. Kristen, Cammie Drexel. She had this incredible move on this touchline, and it was basically she did this one move. And she was really, really good at it, and every time she would burn the opposing player, they would just be like, oh, she did it again. She was very successful at it. Tara Castelli's shot that beat Utah Valley. Remember that, Tara? There's so many. I shouldn't name people, but I have to mention Megan Goodrich, that scored the winning goal at the championship game, and Julie Russell, who passed the ball to her. So I'm so humbled and so grateful to be associated with these women. I love them dearly. I'm so happy to see them and to see what wonderful lives they live. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Julie Henriksen-Nailed, one of the captains of that team. They asked me to just take a few minutes, but when we had started this process with this team, I said, hey guys, I think we're gonna try to get us inducted in the Hall of Fame, like it's about time. So I've been working for a few years, and thank you to the university for making this happen. When I got the word like, hey, this is gonna happen, I told everybody on our team, we have 21 players, and 20 players showed up today. So awesome. When I told Steve Johnson our numbers, he was a little shocked, and I was like, I think a little shocked, but I actually wasn't, because that's what we've done as a team, is we've always showed up, and we won a national championship. And that season was really magical. And things just worked, and I think all of us felt that. And winning that national championship was probably one of the coolest things we've done. But I think as we've gotten together as alumni and just talked about the time we had together, it was winning, but it also was all the in-between moments as teams you get to create. And the bus rides, the travel, the inside jokes, the long, hot, very hot days of practice and two-a-days, and thinking like we might not make it out of practice some of those days. Like it's rough, but it was a culture that we developed and that we grew as players and friends, and that 22 years later, we're all coming back with all of our families to be together to this place, because that's where it all started for all of us, and that it's continued, that all of our careers have ended, and we are no longer soccer players on the field, but that what we took from that was the people that we are today, and the lessons that we learned, and how we live our lives now, is because that foundation that we had together as a team back in 2003. And I am lucky to be back here coaching as an assistant coach to the women's team right now, which they're up playing Utah right now, so go Utah Tech. But I get to see these young athletes now step on the field and have these same passions and dreams that we had, and to be able to see that grow and to continue here at Utah Tech is a goal as a coach, is to have this alumni support and to be here and to realize, hey, we want to come back, because this Utah Tech is where it all started and where we learned great life lessons. And as I like to say, once you're part of this team, we're always part of this team. And I want to say all of our players we had some players from Guam, we have players from the East Coast, the West Coast, Montana, Idaho. Everybody came for this weekend. I mean, the weather, this place is awesome, but they came for this, and we came for each other, so thank you.
And now, while they're having their pictures taken, please, all the members of that championship team, please stand up so we can recognize you as well. Don't be shy. And teammates of that championship team, and all the other family members of the Hall of Famers, you will be allowed to come up here and take full pictures, as many as you like, with the backdrop when we finish. Sound cool? All right. So let's have another big round of applause for our newest Hall of Famers, please. Couple of shout outs, a big thank you to Steve Johnson, Associate Athletic Director, Media Relations, and his creative content team for putting this program together. Please stand up, show yourself, big wave, stand up, there you go, Brooklands, there you go. And also to Marcus Farnsworth in the back there with a headset on from CEC for making this available on Trailblazer Sports Vision. Marcus, thank you so much. So that will conclude the 2025 Utah Tech Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Once again, not only congratulations to our newest Hall of Famers, but to their families and their entire support system, well deserved, and we can't wait until we induct more great individuals next year. So we will end it with that, and we'll see you tonight, Burns Arena, Trailblazers and Cal Baptist tonight at 7 o'clock. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.